Hello, and welcome to our special series around the Visa Africa FinTech Accelerator. I'm here with Amin Ben Abderrahman, CEO of Konnect. Amin, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me. Thank you.
I'm so excited to learn a little bit more about the kind of things that you do, but why don't we start off while you giving me a bit of an introduction to both yourself and your company and the kind of things that you offer?
Yeah, thank you very much. So I'm the CEO of Konnect. Konnect is my third startup in Tunisia, in North Africa. I'm very much interested by financial technology, and I was in the corporate world before, but have decided to jump into the entrepreneurship after I read the white paper of Bitcoin. So it started from Bitcoin, and then I moved to Hyperledger. So these are two different startups. The first one was called BitDinar. It was about actually saving all transactions, local transactions, into the Bitcoin ledger. The second one was about blockchain, and what I wanted to do is create like not reconciliation, a compensation system between banks with a little bit more transparency and more efficiency. So that was called T Ledger for Tunisian Ledger. And the third startup is not, I don't talk about technology anymore. It's mostly about impact, and it's called Konnect. And what we do is actually we allow merchants, e-commerce, freelancers, everyone that needs to get paid online to be able to get paid online easily and instantaneously.
Fantastic, that all sounds amazing. And how does your solution now with Connect stand out from others in the market?
I think it's like it's a lot. It has a lot to do with user experience and ease to use. Like we have implemented several things to make it very easy for people to find us. We have made a lot of work on SEO, like people searching for online payment solution in Tunisia. This is our first market. We made it very easy for them to find us and start using our solutions. Um, like the competition is simple. It's banks. And actually, once you need to get paid online through the standard process with a bank, it would take you, in average, 3 months, at least in the markets where we operate. And we made it 15 minutes. So we have moved actually the standard process from 3 months to 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes for someone to start accepting payments.
Well, that's a drastic difference, absolutely, which is
Yeah.
incredible. And I mean, what are the biggest challenges involved with your operations? Like, how are you navigating through them?
So it's actually, you see, like the innovation is very much linked to the challenges, meaning like the innovation that we are bringing into the market is how we onboard remotely merchants. So the challenge is how to be compliant at the same time, how to make it quick, but at the same time very much compliant, how to be opened, but not too opened. And so the challenge is really to get the trust from regulator, from the central bank. Also, the other challenge is to work with banks and explain to them that actually we're not going to steal their market or their business, but we are very much complementary, meaning all our transactions will still go through the banking system, but please trust us in our ability to onboard merchants and at the same time provide you everything that is needed for compliance and risk assessment and everything, because this is the biggest challenge, like reassure at the same time as innovating.
It's all about the balancing act, isn't it? It's getting that line just right.
It's a very
Um,
thin line.
yeah, absolutely. And I guess thinking about then the African market and more specifically the market in which you operate, how would you describe the sort of the current fintech the how would you describe the current fintech landscape that we're seeing at the moment?
Oh, it's moving a lot. I mean, you can see it like in the KPIs that are produced every year. The biggest field that is getting money injected into is fintech. Because we're talking about like the infrastructure of everything that can be built on top of it, like marketplaces, e-commerce, making transactions between people or between companies, even sometimes cross countries, make it easy and efficient, is the base, the foundation for everything that can happen on top of it, right? So it is moving a lot. Fintech is moving definitely a lot, but the market is if we're talking about the African market, we cannot talk about only one market. We can, for example, split between North Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa, because like in Sub-Saharan countries, like it's mostly mobile payment, meaning um, fintech companies or money transfers are processed by telecom operators, right? So this is where we can talk about mobile money. And in North Africa, it's mostly a banking system. Operators like phone operators or mobile operators are not allowed to process financial transactions. So that means the field is only dedicated or open for banks. And it is a complete different way of looking at the market and trying to operate into it, because it's two different philosophies. It's different ecosystem that we will be talking to. It's not the same language. It's not the same regulation. So like to answer your question, like how is the landscape of the market in fintech? It is moving a lot, but it's different dynamics between North and Sub-Saharan countries.
That's really interesting. And are you seeing any particular trends or opportunities within the fintech space? You know, obviously thinking particularly in your region. And is there anything there that you're seeing particularly pop up again and again?
So our region is North Africa, and like here, yes, we are seeing a trend. Like we are seeing that central bank is trying to reduce cash economy, meaning they are trying to make the economy a little bit more formal, by encouraging all the actors that will be providing digital economy to raise. We have seen some notes from the central bank, for example, to create a new layer between banks and people that is called payment institutions. That are not banks, but that are companies that are allowed to process transactions between individuals or between companies. We are seeing also other trends, for example, for payment facilitators like us, creating the link between the merchants and the payment solutions. So yes, we are seeing a lot of will from a political will to reduce cash and to encourage digital economy.
That's really interesting. And I guess moving on to your involvement within the accelerator program, I'd love to hear a little bit more about how you have found the program overall and how it's contributing to the growth and development of your company.
Yes, actually, we like this is a proof that actually even Visa or Mastercard, like mostly Visa here, are very much interested in this market because it is moving and because there's still a lot to do. Like for example, in the country where we are operating, we have only 35% of the population that is banked, right? And from this 35 population that is banked, meaning they have a bank account, only 30% have payment cards, and only 30% of the 30% are using it on a daily basis for daily operations. So the market is still huge, and I could probably say that actually banks have failed in onboarding micro companies or like MSMEs, like micro, small, and medium-sized companies. They have failed. And that's why now the regulator is trying to open a new path for startups. And I think Visa is seeing it as a good sign for them to invest in supporting these small companies, fintech, into their mission of making digital financial services more common and more affordable and accessible to all. So
Amazing. And
the Visa Accelerator program came on time because because the regulator started opening a little bit the path for us, and then they're seeing that actually we could be very good proxies for them to innovate and bring like products into the market. At least like we're much more agile than banks and quicker in trying things in the market itself.
fantastic. And as you've been involved in the program, has there been any particular resources or support from this accelerator that you've found most valuable?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, it was amazing. It was great. We have been put in touch with a lot of experts coming from Visa Network, and coming from Plug and Play network as well, because the program is held by Plug and Play. So we have had several workshops about regulation, about compliance, about financial business plan, business models, marketing, and everything. It was great actually to hear all these experts giving us ideas. It's enlightening in so many ways. But also, like we had privileged access to Visa APIs, let's say, like products, so we could explore a little bit more what we can do with all the catalog of APIs and services that Visa is offering. I believe actually what we can do now is actually even to open eyes to the banks and the other people from the ecosystem on the capabilities that we have today in our mission, that is making financial services more accessible to everyone.
Amazing. And has there been any success stories or milestones that you've achieved a part of the accelerated program so far?
Yes, actually, yes. We're working like in bringing into the market what we call soft point of sale, meaning like how we can transform your phone into a point of sale, and that is a very new thing into our market, meaning like all taxi drivers, all corner shops, all fast food, like people selling sandwiches in the street could start receiving digital money, contactless, like through NFC capabilities of the phone. And that was possible because of the relationship that we had with Visa, and it has been accelerated by the program, meaning like now Visa, or the team that we were in touch anyway inside of the company in Visa, were much more motivated to provide us the support that is needed to bring this product into the market. So yeah, it's something totally new, very new, and we're very excited in seeing how it will look like in the market.
Amazing. That sounds so exciting. For sure. And then just lastly then, I'd love to know, taking into account your involvement in the program and everything you've gained from it, what are your hopes for the future of your company as you move forward into 2024?
Like what was your question? Like, what is my? How can I see the future? What's
Yeah,
my?
your hopes for the future for your company.
Yeah, my first hope, I think, is the same for many other entrepreneurs and founders of companies, is to be break even, meaning like the company can support itself without actually having to look for funds all the time. This is the most difficult part as an entrepreneur, because we spend a lot of time looking for funds. So my hope for the coming year or 2 years, let's say, is to make the company break even, meaning the commission fees that we take, or our revenues, can cover our expenses, because it's been now 3 years that we have been operating. It's probably time, and I'm seeing it coming, like in the coming few weeks, like month maybe or so. The commission fees that we are taking for the service that we are bringing and for all the work that we are doing in the back end, in the back office, will finally be able to pay for the expenses. So yeah, that's actually the first step, because the online part will be self-sufficient, and now what we want to do is to go into the on-site part, meaning from online payments to on-site payments with Konnect. So my hope is actually to be able to do that, yeah, and have the means and the resources to do that in a good way, because we have built the infrastructure and all our processes are set up, so we can in peace move from the online to on-site.
Fantastic. Well, that all sounds amazing. So I thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great to chat, and best of luck in the future with your business.
Thank you very much.
Check the link in the description below to find out more about Visa's Africa Accelerator, a groundbreaking initiative that connects Africa's brightest minds with experienced mentors, cutting-edge technology, and unparalleled investment opportunities to fast-track startup success across Africa's dynamic fintech ecosystem.